Clash of Clans podcast, special episode 14.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.
And we're back. It's God, I hate it when I try to do his intro. This is Scotty back with another special episode with Korg. Hello, Korg.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man.
It is post LOC League of Clans trophy
I know.
push. How is it?
I've been so lazy this week. I haven't really played at all. I think I did maybe like 4 raids altogether.
It has been a post push slump for me.
Yeah.
You know, I've played a little bit, but I definitely don't feel a sense of urgency.
No, they really drain you. I have done, like I said, I've done maybe 4, 5 at most battles after that, raids after that, and I just haven't really been on. I'm coming on to donate, but that's about all I'm doing, and just saying hi once in a while.
Okay. Yeah, I think, I looked at the clan chat today, and that was kind of seeing what was going on, too, is that, it'd be 12 hours before a post. And it was like 2 or 3 posts, but...
Yeah.
So how was the push? Well, let's talk about this last week. We did a trophy push as part of League of Clans. And I didn't look at the results yet.
Oh.
I knew that they came out, but I was trying to get some stuff done, and I just thought about that, and I thought, well, what a better place to do it. So we did this trophy push from Wednesday till Sunday, and it was grinding, grueling, learned a lot
Definitely.
About strategy.
Oh, yeah. Every push, I learned something new. Every push. Yes.
There was a lot of things I did wrong. So, and we talked about that, but, how I would have went into it, the fact that defensive trophies are just, or as important, or even something more important than the offensive trophies.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's a week.
Yeah. So like right before the push, I think the episode that we recorded before, we're talking a little bit. I kind of told you it was with the Boneyard episode. Yep. We're kind of talking about trophies and where we're at and stuff. I had dropped like super low, and then I was coming up because I was still farming. I was expecting to farm a lot more right before LOC, and my days kind of got thrown off, and I couldn't farm as much as I wanted to, but during that farming I was going to work my way back up to around the 2300 mark, and that didn't happen. I ended up staying somewhere in like the high 1800s or mid 1800s. Okay. And I tell you, I screwed that one up because I was pushing from Wednesday till about Friday just to get to 2300. So then I went from Friday night to the end of LOC is when I finally hit 23 and over. So, but yeah, that was a pain in the ass.
So you had to come back on all those trophies. I had dropped to 170 or something.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Just because I had been getting so many defensive trophies at that point, I didn't want to accidentally, because of time zone things. But that wasn't too hard, to do after that. But yeah, 400 trophies or 500 just to hit that, get in the range where you want. That's a lot of climbing.
Yeah, it was a lot. And, luckily for me, I did a couple pushes. Usually when I start off, I'm not as aggressive. I look for the weaker bases, kind of throw some troops at it. If there's a town hall exposed, I'll hit that and I'll leave the base alone. And, I kind of do that kind of stuff for the day or two just to kind of get the groove going. And then usually the last couple of days is when I'm really pushing hard. So, the first couple of raids I did, I was just boosting barracks and, not gemming anything out. Things were just boosted. And I was just kind of, taking my time. Luckily, though, the base structure that I had set up, actually netted me a lot of cups. So awesome. I shot into like 2300 or close to 2300 just by defensive wins. So that helped me a lot, actually. And then like Friday night, I don't know what time it was. I had a buddy over and we said our goodbyes and stuff, and it was somewhere after midnight or somewhere around there. And I basically pulled an all-nighter because I was up like super early that Friday morning, and I was up all night and up to the point it was like 10 o'clock on Saturday, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed for a couple hours because we had scheduled that podcast for 12 my time, so I only got 2 hours of sleep.
Oh man!
Woke up looking for the podcast.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm like,
and oh man, that time zone. Oh, that was. And it was so stupid too. I thought it was. I thought my alarm was right and my iPad was wrong. But it would have actually been, if how I was thinking, it would have been like noon. You know, it didn't make any sense. So crazy.
Yeah, it's all good. I had
push
anyway. So.
Yeah, you know, it was. Okay, so you got the defensive trophies. Your bases. Yep. How did it hold up?
It wasn't too bad.
As you got farther.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like after you hit like that 2,300 mark thing, the game starts changing fairly drastically quickly, you know? So you get to that 2,300 spot and you're just kind of like, okay, different troop setup, different tactic. Okay, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to use this spell. I'm going to use these troops, that kind of thing. I'm going to attack from this angle. You know, you get into that more really structured and, you know, more strategic viewpoint. So what ended up happening, it was like Friday at like, or Saturday around like 4 a.m. or something like that. I was like 5 cups away from hitting master, and I went in and I had one. It was just me and my brow Skippy. He was on. I'm like, you got to come over, because he wasn't really pushing with us. But I'm like, you got to come over, dude. You got to keep me awake, because I'm just freaking dead tired. So he came over and he was just like cheering me on and stuff. So I was pushing, and you know, just BSing. And he's like, I have 5 more cups, dude. Wish me luck. So I go in. And I come out minus like 25 cups. I lost so much. And I'm like, oh my God. And there's like this quote unquote like running theme song for our clan, which is Bohemian Rhapsody, because we're Bohemian Grove. He's like, put on Bohemian Rhapsody, man. It'll help you. And so I did that for a couple raids before, and it worked. And this last one, I just screwed it up. He's like, because you weren't listening to the song. So it took me about 2 hours to recover. And then I finally
was the hardest thing.
Yeah, losing 20 cups or 20 plus cups, any cups losing that high is just, it's rough.
And I did that. I think an hour before the push ended. Mm-hmm. I lost one, and I thought I could go and get the 7, but it was so grueling for, you know, right at that point, you know, you're waiting for your spells.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a challenge. I mean, you're working your way, you know, you are grinding. And that one thing after 4 attacks, you're back down, you know. I hovered, at 26 something, like right at the beginning of like 2607 or something, for probably a day and a half, 2 days.
Oh, wow.
Just going up. And then I'd be down 50, and then I'd go up and end up about the same spot every day. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets rough. And like during that night, I was going and going and going, and I mean my raids were kind of minimal. I'd pick up 5 or 6 cups here or there, and I was only doing 1 star, and if I was lucky, 2 stars. So I was like, you know what? I really got to get over. I got to get into Masters, or my leader is going to jump my ass when we come back out of LOC. Yeah. Busting my balls. I'm like, all right, I got to get into Masters. So I switch over to Hogs, and let me tell you, man, those things turned up the heat, man. I was doing 2-star minimum, 3 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars. I was just punching through, and that's how I actually got up and over.
Well, and you know, just a reminder to everybody, Korg's at Town Hall 9.
Mm-hmm.
And Boneyard and I had talked about how you didn't really see, or maybe we were talking about it in the clan chat, about there was not many 9s once you hit.
No, there's not. And when you do find it, it's almost a gem.
Yeah, it is. Like, that's because, you know, at that point there's no Inferno Tower.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Those Inferno Towers are insane, especially the high level ones. And if you run up someone that has 2 high end Inferno Towers, You just might as well skip the base, man. It's just game over.
Yeah, that was a huge thing. Hey, but I invented a new spell combo.
Oh, yeah? Oh, did you use the free spell?
Yeah, I did. I call it the ice cream headache. And what you do is you wait for your hogs to get in as close as possible. You drop a freeze to stop them and a heal so that they're healing because, when they're under the Inferno, they don't, the heal spell doesn't work. So, and then you drop a rage. It's the ice cream headache.
Oh, wow.
So you've got, as soon as they freeze, they start, the hogs start to heal and the rage on top of it, they get in there much faster because those Infernos have huge amount of hit points.
Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, definitely they do.
So if you can just get them close enough where they're almost dead on health, and then drop it, the ice cream headache coming at you.
I was doing 3 heals and 1 lightning, and that helps tremendously.
How many hogs were you taking in?
32. I would do 32 hogs, 10 wizards, and 20 archers. I think that was my combo.
Wow.
And I would let the hogs hit the first defense. I would drop a heal spell kind of in an area I thought they might jump to next. And for the most part, it kind of worked out. And then I would try to angle the hogs. I wouldn't drop all 32 hogs in one spot. I would try to do like 15 on one side and 15 on the other. If I'm attacking like a corner, I would try to hit it for both sides.
Okay.
And then I would drop like 2 heal spells in those 2 areas and then let them jump around wherever. And then when they get further into like the core of the base, I would drop another like heal spell and maybe a lightning if I needed it, if the clan castle is empty or something like that, or and I'd drop the lightning spell to kind of help them out to kind of speed up the raid.
Yeah,
it worked good though.
I only use 20.
Oh yeah,
because I think for me, and you should try this. It seems that no matter how many hogs you have. It in combination with those heal spells.
Oh yeah,
they work just as well.
Yeah, they do.
So if you do, I do the 20, and then I have a ton of barbs and a ton of archers and like 8 wall breakers. And because that King Iron Fist boost, that helps.
It does definitely.
But if I drop those hogs in, I wait for them to get to the point where they're just about half on the health, just to give yourself a little bit of leeway because you might hit the wrong button. And then usually they'll split into 2, and you can drop the heal farther in.
Yeah.
And then they're cleaning up, and then they're rested for the other half.
Yeah.
They can usually get 3/4 of the base with that, at least.
So what I was doing, I didn't take any wall breakers in. Now here's the theory behind it. So you get your hogs in. Let's say you have like a square base. You get the hogs in on the far right angle. So they'll start clearing the path. Maybe about a quarter of the way in. Then I would drop a bunch of archers and a bunch of wizards. And the wizards honestly do so much damage that they take the walls out.
Yeah.
And at that point, there isn't any defenses around to really bother them. So they just kind of make their way in slowly and just start cleaning up.
I see a lot of people who, I guess 1 or 2 in our clan that really use those high-level wizards.
Oh, dude, level 6 wizards own.
Yeah.
Those things are awesome.
Yeah, you just... you can tunnel in. I guess I'm so used to using the wall breakers because I like using the a little bit of a barb swarm and a little bit of an archer swarm.
They're nice. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I will definitely experiment with more wizards though, because you're waiting so long for your heal or your spells to get done that it's like, well, I'm not farming here, so I need that when you're up at that level, you need to have all your spells at your disposal.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, you do.
So it was. I was sitting there waiting for my spells to get done when they're boosting,
So did you have all your barracks boosting and spell factory?
No, I didn't boost any barracks.
You didn't boost any barracks? Oh, wow.
No. The only thing I boosted was the spell factory and the king and the queen.
Gotcha. All right.
And I did boost my elixir for a while.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, like because I wasn't because I needed my spells at that level, and next time I will have a higher level army.
Oh yeah, definitely. I should too.
You know, I'll need to do stuff with more hit points if I really want to grind up. I think past then. So I started bringing in the Valkyries a little bit at the end.
Did you really? How did that go?
You know what? It was awesome.
Really? What level are your Valkyries?
0.
Oh.
Does it start off at level 1?
Yeah.
I suppose because it goes to 2 stars as soon as you. Is it level 0, level 1? I don't know. But they have just as many. They have more hit points than a giant, a level 6 giant.
Really? I don't even pay attention to the Valkyries, honestly.
Well, I didn't either, but Melb had pointed out that there's even just the basic level 1, has more hit points than a level 6 giant.
I'll be damned, they do. Holy shit.
And so I said, the biggest problem I ran into was that I could get the base, but I'd run out of time getting the stuff. So Melb said to throw in a Valkyrie, and then he said something like that. So I started taking in 3 Valkyries, and I would drop them at the end with the Barb Archer Swarm behind it a little bit. And they go about as fast, but if there's any booby traps, but oh man, they could take down those camps. You know, if they got stuck on the outside, taking that 50% with a king and a queen, and they're not stuck on that one place for a while, so the mortars aren't hitting. They're a good cleanup crew.
Yeah, if they drop because I think they're going to probably do another an update to them, just kind of the way they word it, because they buffed them a little bit, I think, on this last patch, or they reduced the train time. They did something with them, I can't remember exactly, but honestly, if they would lower that train time, I think they probably would see a little bit more use.
Well, yeah, they shouldn't be any more than a wizard.
They're like 15 minutes. It's ridiculous.
But if you only have to do 3 of them, and you're and you have time between, or if you just boost that barrack when you're playing. Yeah. But, I guess I wouldn't. I only use the 3, and I'll probably stick with doing something like that. I'm not using them right now, just because I'm farming. So, and mine are on their way to level 2. But those level 5s, you can imagine the hit points on them when you're stuck at how many times did you hit the 49% mark in the push? It's like you're right there, and they would have. They're better than 5 barbarians.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Or I think that's the housing space. No, are they 8?
Oh no, yeah, they're 8. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're 8. They're 8 housing space. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So. But when that happened, and it seems like they keep updating the Valkyries in a better way. In that Reddit thing that you shared, one of the developers said that was his favorite troop. So it just seems like they keep making her better. And as soon as I introduced her, I was winning more because I was pushing over that 50% mark at times. So,
yeah, I mean, I only had my wins or losses were either I was going to win or I wasn't going to win. I had one match where I was at 49%. Everything else was like, I was at 20 or 30%. There's just no way in hell I was going to get anywhere close to 50, or I just was, way over 50%. On my matches. So I didn't really have like that last, minute, except for one time. I remember one time specifically.
Oh, I had a few of those. It was.
Did you?
Yeah, that was when I was stuck at 2,600. It was. I wouldn't get the town hall, but it would be at 49%, and so I'd lose all my trophies. So it was like minus 24. Worst. Yeah.
That's the worst, because like when you lose, or you see the the troops go left instead of right. And you're like,
yeah.
oh shit. And and you're looking at the deficit of trophies that you're going to get if you don't hit at least 50%. That's heartbreaking. It really is. You see it coming. And you're like, oh, should I give up now or later?
and then you're kind of going, no. And you're not thinking clearly when you could drop just maybe a couple over here.
Yeah.
Quick, or it's like, oh wait, you deployed all your troops. At that point, you could, if you just had 5, you would be all right. If you'd have saved them.
Yeah,
because they get hit by a spring trap or something.
Oh yeah, dude, I hated those too. Because when the hogs start getting closer in, and you're looking at the base, and you're like, everything looks pretty tight. There shouldn't be any traps or bombs or anything. And then just out of nowhere, you see like 3 hogs flying off the screen. You're like, oh yeah,
the flying hog is a painful thing.
It is definitely.
Especially for how much they cost. And what level you have? 5?
Yeah, I had 5 right before the push. I was like, all right, cool. I'm going in. I was working on my Dark Elixir because I'm getting ready to upgrade the Valkyries right now. So this should be going to 2 once I get Dark Elixir again. I was like, well, should I take hogs? Should I not take hogs? I haven't really used them before. And I'm like, no, you're getting level 5. You're doing it. So I saved like all my Dark Elixir. So I have nothing researching right now.
I finally got mine going.
I used them, yeah.
I boosted one day after the push, because I was sitting at around 40,000 Dark Elixir through the whole push, or 45, 40, and
that's
then
nice. That's a good amount.
Yeah, it was perfect because I never had to worry about Dark Elixir.
I used about 25,000 roughly Dark Elixir during the push.
Oh, see, and I broke, I think, right before I was at about 5,000 or 50,000.
Yeah, I was a little bit up above that.
So I just almost broke even, or it was down 10.
Okay.
Had I spent more time in Masters, that 500 Dark Elixir was really nice. But afterwards, I was so tired, I said, I'm leaving. I'm free falling. And I went down just like 2,200 because and it felt weird after that many days to drop or not be thinking about the trophies. But I need loot.
Yeah, that day, I was gonna say, let me just get a couple raids in because I had enough gold to start another Tesla, so I have another Tesla going to level 7. It's got like 9 days, so that'll be my second level 7 Tesla. I started that, and I'm like, all right, well, let me just grind out another one real quick. I'm like, well, that's like I was at that point when I did that upgrade, I was only at 300K, and I'm like, I'm really burnt out, and I like work super hard for all these cups. I'm just gonna kind of just let the base do its thing for a little bit.
Yeah. So, I started right after that. I boosted, and then I'm like, I got to do those Valkyrie. I think the Valkyrie problem has been nagging at me for a while. Mm-hmm. Should I do it? And I thought, you know what? At post push, I'm going to go nothing for nothing but Dark Elixir. Mm-hmm. I don't need regular Elixir unless I'm going to do the barracks, do research, and I'm going to be doing my Valkyries for a while. So I'm like, all I really need then is gold. And so I can just put a priority on. It has to have enough Dark Elixir at least to cover the cost of the army. Yeah. And gold is nice. That's a bonus. So.
Absolutely.
So I've been spending more time than looking for like a 2K or a 3K and going in for those. Much more serious, like you said, you get used to looking at it in strategy and
exactly.
Whatnot. I feel a lot better about flipping through and spending.
You become 80. A better farmer.
Yeah, much better. I just like realized that today. I'm going, or maybe it was last night. I was thinking about it, and it was just like, well, I'm not rushing in. I'm going to evaluate where I can get, and so I'm really taking out those. Dark people holding a lot of dark, and especially if I can get in with a Town Hall 9, I don't really need to sweat much.
Yeah, exactly. And that was my thing too, especially this last push. I was going up against bases that I would typically never touch. I would just, nope, skip, like I'm going up against bases now, which, I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, they got a couple level 3 Expos and there's one small Inferno Tower, and typically I wouldn't hit this, but it's like, you know what? They have a lot of resources. I'm just going in. Yeah. And so I've been doing that, and I usually come out on top. I think I underestimate.
Tested your fortitude.
Exactly. I just underestimated what I could do with my troops and stuff like that. So I've been actually, as farming, just going up against bases that I typically won't, just because I've seen what I can do. So it helps out.
And I think that fear over getting attacked kind of goes away. You know, I know my base can almost against. I think I had one that was like 69, or maybe there was a 70-some%, but I never really had a really good defensive setup, I think, for the push. The walls would have helped a lot, just in terms of them getting those last percentages.
Yeah. They hold back a little bit, especially if you take someone, a troop comp like I have, which is wizards or archers. I mean, one good place mortar hit would take out a lot, or even a giant bomb will take out a group of wizards or archers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it buys you that extra second.
Yeah, it does.
Or 2 seconds, or 5 seconds, and then that's gonna, stop those other things, or just not let them. Like I said, it was the cleanup is where I was losing sometimes, or a lot of the time was. Just getting that stuff done. So I put money into my walls. I'm doing 1 or 2 a day now.
Nice. Very good. Let me check out your base while we're talking.
It's still in push mode. I put my town hall outside.
Yeah, I did that too. I haven't restructured my base. My town hall, I just finally moved that out.
Yeah, I switched up a few of the defenses and stuff, but my base was holding so well. I just was trying to keep it the same. It balanced good. It was. I'm going to do my expos. I've been thinking about it. My cannons or my mortars are done.
See that.
I think I'm going to do.
You should work on that Inferno Tower, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is I think it would be smarter of me to wait on those Infernos till it got closer to a push, because the Infernos are more of a deterrent the way I'm using them. And there's so many hit points that if I had higher level expos, they're going to do more damage to more troops. But closer to that push, when I'm protecting my loot and stuff like that. But closer to a push, those level 2s, those, I was like, I don't even think so. But, there'll be a time, don't you think, when we're going up against the Infernos going, oh, remember when we used to think they were invincible?
Yeah. I mean, I would hit sometimes you just have to go for a decked out Town Hall 10 just to kind of see what happens. And it's like the time that I've usually hit like that Town Hall 10 that had the maxed out Infernos and maxed out Expos was like a hybrid base where the Town Hall was out in the outskirts but still kind of protected. And I would just like slam my whole army down its throat, and I would drop all my spells, my AQ, my BK, and everything added just to get the Town Hall. And, just to see what happens. And there's a couple times I just barely got the Town Hall by the skin of my teeth, but those things are huge deterrents. Or if I know, I'm like, well, let me see this base. Well, if I can take out I think I can take out half before those Inferno Towers start, hitting me. And then I have a heal spell, so I think I'll be okay with the hogs in there. And the free spell would be amazing for that tactic.
Yeah, I got it to level 3, I think, right as the push, like a day into the push.
Oh, and, nice.
And it just taking. I think I started taking by the end for the ice cream sandwich. I was taking a heal, a rage, or 3 heals, a rage, and a freeze, and but that's what I was waiting for most of the time.
Very good.
Yeah. Boots.
It was definitely fun.
Boots did a really cool thing during the push I saw where he kind of evaluated the outside of that base, and then with just barbs and archers for hundreds of trophies, he climbed up, just taking 51%. Bringing the barbs and archers.
I've always thought about just taking out like the bases on the outskirts, but I've been so nervous about that because, yeah, they're easy. They're kind of there. Typically, it's going to be something with a lower hit point. You should take it out fairly easy, but it's like, ooh, there's still a lot of things guarding those outskirt bases still.
Well, and I couldn't quite measure in my head whether or not it would hit 50%. But if you watched him, if you watch one of his replays, it was just it was like a little dance where barbs were popping up all over and archers and just drawing things around, and there was no swarm, there was nothing. It was just exactly like on cue, but what a cheap army to climb.
Oh yeah, definitely. It'd save you a lot of gold, a lot of elixir, and save all that stuff for the end, really.
So do you have the results?
Yeah, I do, actually. So the top clan ended at 23,697 cups, and that is We Play Too Much. So hats off to you guys. You guys did good.
23,000. Okay. Awesome.
Second place.
We Play Too Much.
Yeah, We Play Too Much. Second place was Exiled Pride, and that they were at 21,333.
Okay, so there was a big lead on.
Yeah.
2,000 cups. Okay.
And the name that I'm going to mispronounce again is Aroas Galaxia. They're at 20,954 cups.
Okay.
And then in fourth place was us, Hashashins, at 20,914 cups.
Wow, so you guys were pretty close.
Yeah, and the thing is that I'm going to put my leader on blast. He was not having a good day on the last day. On Sunday, he actually dropped a lot of cups. Oh. And if he didn't done that, we probably would have ended up in third place.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's okay. We live and learn. Every push, every one of us is learning something new.
Yeah.
And then fifth place would be Assyrian Exiles. Sorry if I mispronounced that name, guys. And they were at 20,221.
Awesome.
And then last but not least, Minnesota Nice.
All right, Minnesota Nice. 6.
20,105.
20,105?
Yes.
So what was what was the last one? Was that what was 5? What was their number?
20,221.
Oh, so like 300 cups.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I guess that's about 10 cups a piece when you're talking in the top 25.
Yeah, it was a fairly close match, honestly, between everybody. I mean, We Play Too Much is just dominated, really. But beyond, below that, second, third, fourth, and fifth, I mean, we weren't really off by much.
Well, let's recap for everybody what happens at the end. So it's the top 25. So we're playing with League of Clans. We're competing with these 6 clans. And the top 25 players that started at or below 23 or below 22.99. So we had 5 days to climb, and the people who are in the top 25 at the end, right?
Right. So it's actually, you can be at 2,300. You just can't be over 2,300.
Okay, can't be over 2,300. But
right. So at the end, what will happen is your top 25 people, those cups get scored towards the end score result. The bonus rival screenshots for attacking a rival clan, those get calculated, and the revenges get calculated, and then the defensive wins get calculated.
And we had a couple of those the first day.
Yeah, I put them up on Twitter for you guys to see.
Yeah, that was... Well, and I had heard about it in the clan chat. and we're, figuring it out. But, as soon as I, memorized the names and I, then it was, and it took me a day to realize that I could see it on the clan castle when I went in. I'm looking at the names going, I thought I could see which clan these people were from. and I'm thinking, oh, you can only do it in the Revenges, when you see it. And it wasn't until like a day, and I'm like, you idiot, it's on the clan castle. I knew I could do it before, but all of a sudden I'm looking at the trophies up there and, instead of the gold and everything. And I'm like, So there was a lot of dumb moments. Oh yeah, I mean, again, you learn something new every push. And I didn't run into anybody, honestly. I didn't see anybody. You didn't hear this yet because the episode isn't up. But Boneyard spent half a day taking in trying a new army combination where he took in healers with his all-air army and started to lose a little bit. Yeah. Couldn't figure out why. Healers in the all-air army. Just bragging about it in the clan chat. Oh, it's hilarious. So what happens is the top 25 they get scored and calculated in that respect. And so basically what happens is if someone happened to have gone over 2,300 cups, so they're at 2,301 the day of the push, they would be DQ'd. They'd be disqualified. So let's say the top person is disqualified. So you would move down to person number 2 to start the count for the 25. So basically the top 25, if there's any DQs, are removed, and the person below that would be added into the top 25 for this. Okay. So it was that was cool. It was really cool to see how it all played out. How's everybody in your clan liking it? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to ask anybody until another week goes by. Yeah. Because Boneyard on Sunday when we recorded, the episode starts off with "fuck piss." He had gotten so frustrated trying to break that master's mark. Okay. And it's always when you most want it, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those last 8 and I thought, you know what? I know what happens at the end of the push, so I'm not going to say you're going to do it again. I didn't ask him that question. Mm-hmm. I heard him say something like next time, but I honestly thought because he came in, he's like, I'm saving it for the air. Oh, I cannot wait to get this up. Saving it for the air. And I thought, oh shit. I thought he was going to vow to never push again, but you're right at that cusp, you're I don't know why it's so exhausting. It's just, you're playing strategy so much and then kind of, thinking about it and, every little mistake matters at the end. Oh, it does. Mm-hmm. And, you're not used to that. And, I tell you, my troop donation's at 4,000 already. Oh, wow. Cause I was, sitting there just giving out wizards. I'd be doing my stuff and look over and, donate. And so I think people will like it more. I think, there was some rearrangement in the clan with, a couple people, cause some people weren't, participating or didn't know. And, our clan's, been pretty stable. And then, my phone message. And so, I think people will be ready for it again, coming up because I remember that with the limited pushing that I've done and knowing what you have told me about pushing and what you've said on air, it was, you get done and I remember you talking about the lag in the clan chat afterwards. Yeah. But now my loot's building up and I'm almost at 5 million gold. So, as soon as I start to get a builder or two going, and things are really, moving again. I got my research factory going. It'll be, the rhythm of the game will get back going, and I think people will be ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. The next one, speaking of that, the next push is going to be May 1st.
May 1st.
So, yeah, so instead of a 6-week thing, we kind of came to a conclusion that we should do it 8 weeks. A lot of people are having a difficult time hitting that 6-week mark, and personally for me, I think 6 weeks is too quick.
Yeah, so, I think that's a really smart idea.
Yeah.
Because I thought, well, wait, how far away is that? Maybe that's a thing. I don't know, because I think, we talked about the League of Clans and that type of stuff before and what it would mean with clan wars. Mm-hmm. But, an all-out tournament is, I think, a lot different than a daily or, that type of competition.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going to happen when the Clan Wars takes place and, the structuring. I'm really curious to see how that will turn out. And even if we're going to still continue LOC, because just because it's Clan Wars doesn't mean LOC can't it's going to just cease to exist. I mean,
no, that's what I mean. I think like an 8-week cycle is what people need, not necessarily all the time, but when everybody kind of comes together every so often, instead of all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing about LOC.
Yeah. And I mean, the 6-week thing is, think about it. Like right now, I really haven't played. So that's already a week against me for the next 6-week quote unquote push, and then I'm going to have to start ramping up everything. And then it's going to take me like maybe half a week to get enough gold to do another build, and then that build's gonna take 2 weeks. And
exactly.
So it's just all over the place.
Exactly. That's why I think 8 weeks would be good, and you can start to think about things, because we spend a lot of time the first one getting everything ready, and having a setup, and for me it's not like there's a ton of things I'm going to be able to get done before. Yeah, I'm hoping to have all my
Teslas done and start of my air defense, because I'm pretty much almost done with Town Hall 9. I said screw walls, I'll just work on them later. So it's just those last few things, Teslas and air defenses. Then I'm gonna push on to Town Hall 10 and get the new troops, and I'll just worry about everything else in the end. So
yeah, that's well, and you really pushed it out, and Max, you're getting really close, and I didn't, but I got lucky at that point in the game, I think, based on the new loot system and everything that happened when I moved. And it was like, then you can work on elixir things when you have elixir, and then you can work on gold things when you have gold, and it keeps your builders going for a long time.
Exactly. So where did you guys end up in the world?
We ended up, I think the highest we got was 1,082.
Oh, wow. Good for you guys.
Yeah, so we were within sight. I know that I had a loss right at the end. And I don't know. I think at that point everybody was so tired, and there were people that said, I don't think I'm going to get another one, and then bought a shield because they're like,
oh my God, really?
I mean, a day before it was done.
It's not that expensive. I was actually looking at that. The day shield is 250 gems now. It used to be 500.
Yeah.
So it's actually cut the price down.
And I could see, because there were some people who really pushed their limits, in terms of what they have and where they're at in the game. And I think next time for me, it'll be bigger and better armies, like stronger in different ways, that take longer to train, because, I'm waiting that long then, but I have to get used to working with them before I do that.
Yeah, I dropped about $20 on this last LOC, and all 20 of the gems are gone.
Oh, really? Yeah, I got my 1,000 for Masters, and I still I still haven't spent all that.
Yeah, the Masters,
just because I was waiting for the spells, so the rest didn't. I think the King and Queen boost really helped pushing.
Oh, they definitely did.
I think that kind of evened the playing field in some ways, because you had that rage spell there. I got the Infernos a bunch of times with the King and the Barb Swarm.
Nice.
Because if you, especially if you can get a bomber in there or two, they'll go right in and boom. So how about you guys? Where'd you end up?
12-14. And, keep in mind, we had under 25 people realistically pushing.
Yeah, I tweeted that because
you did.
Of where you guys were at. And I knew, and it didn't occur to me, but I looked it up, I think a day or two into the push, and I thought maybe I spelled it wrong because I thought your clan would be full, but it doesn't really make a difference, does it? Because you only need the top 25.
Yeah, and I think we had maybe close to 40. A lot of those people were just there to just be a part of it because that's when both of our clans merge.
Okay.
For a while, so it's just nice to see Court of Owls people come into mix with Bohemian Grove, and Bohemian Grove mix with Court of Owls. So we have a lot of mutual friends among each other. It was just a big family,
Yeah.
So it's a good time and a good place for all of us to mingle. And so we had a lot of people just come over because they want to be a part of it. So they also helped donate though too, which is very, very nice. But
cool.
The actual people that were pushing I think it was even 20 or less. We didn't have that many people pushing.
Yeah, and that didn't occur to me that you could do that. Or I thought, okay, the whole clan, but I suppose you only needed 25. And what was nice for us too is we got to see where we went, where we definitely could go. I know that under 1,000 is so doable, especially after everything I learned. I kept at my gold and my elixir low. Nobody wanted to attack me.
I bought my cups. That was one thing though. When I went from like 1,800 up to 2,300, I bought all those cups because I was at like 5 million gold and 5 million elixir, and everybody was just hitting me. And I have my gold storages and elixir storages like kind of on the outskirts, so people were just hitting my base like over and over and over again just to farm me, and I was just going up and up and up and up and up just because people are just getting my resources.
And I could have, within that first day, and I think it gets really key right away, is my guess, of having that loot, because where I was hitting, getting close, I think you got higher than me.
I did, yeah. So I was getting ready to say
hit?
that. I was at 2680, and you were at 2657.
Okay, 20. I think that was where I ended.
Yeah.
I think I got up to 68.
2668.
I think that was my my iPad just updated, so I can't check. I think that was the highest I got. Not 23. Yeah, 2668.
Yeah.
Well, I was going for 3,000, but you hit that level, and if I would have at the start had that loot as bait instead of just putting it in my walls and keeping my elixir low, people would have attacked me, and I would have had a much better chance at boosting more throughout the day, when I wasn't playing.
Yep, exactly.
And just like you said, you bought it.
Yep.
But next time I'll go out, I'll fill up my gold and my elixir and going, okay, I'm giving it to you guys, but you got to take it from me.
Yep. And you got to give me 49% and under.
Yep. Yeah. And it's like, and a lot of people were doing that right away. And I had just, beforehand, I'm thinking I'm going to put it on walls so people don't attack me. But if I could have gotten a defensive win, most of the time, like overnight when it would happen, I would get more trophies from that than I would for 2 or 3 battles.
Yeah.
So,
I would
definitely do that, right? Get as close to 23 as I could, and then keep my gold and everything and accessible so people just come in and take it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like my next push, and this is something that again, every push you learn something new. Make sure that I am close to 2,300. That way, when I'm actually pushing for the 5 days, I'm actually trying to push to get to Masters 3. Because once you get to Masters 3, it's all about just staying steady and constant. And if there's I found like a Town Hall 7 in like no man's land. I was like well over like 2,400 cups, and it was just a Town Hall 7 just sitting there, and I'm like, yes, I'll take 20 cups, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just all about being very patient at that point and just being very steady, consistent, making sure when you're going to attack a base that you know for sure that you can at least take the Town Hall or 50% of the base. And you'd be surprised. I mean, once you get that high, there's still like Town Hall 9s, but they're still preemie, and it's just like, how the hell did you get up here?
I'm excited to see what that looks like. Well, and here's the thing. All of a sudden when I hit Masters, and I don't think I expected this, everybody listening, I think this is a really key thing, but as soon as I hit Masters, I started making Dark Elixir.
Oh yeah. And I made gold. I bought 4 or 5 walls during the time. I was actually spending Dark Elixir though at that point in time, so I wasn't really making elixir.
I never, and I guess maybe it's my 20 hogs, right? I keep it at about 1,000. But when you've got a 500 Dark Elixir bonus,
oh yeah. That's nice.
I wasn't even going for any Dark Elixir, and all of a sudden I notice it going up. Mm-hmm. And normally I have to be very careful about if I'm going to raid for Dark Elixir, because doesn't it jump from 100 to 500? I can't remember what the...
Yeah, let me see if I can get that here real quick.
I just couldn't believe how big a difference that made in Masters.
Yeah, I can't. Let's see. Crystal 3, you'll get 50 Dark Elixir.
Must be 200 and 500.
Yeah, it's got to be something like that. But it's nice.
It's noticeable. It's super and
it is.
You get the amount of gold for those bonuses. It makes it worth it. Mm-hmm. Because you're not having to spend so much, or you're doing the stuff. But it's fun farming. Being back to going up against bases, like you said, that I wouldn't normally maybe go up against, but having tested myself, Boneyard, and you'll have probably heard this in the near future, but he dropped a lot of trophies.
Yeah, he went down to like 42 cups or something, right?
He did.
I saw that on Twitter. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Because we were sitting here on Sunday when we were recording, and we were talking about it, and he's going to recount a lot of the things that he saw along the way and battles he had. He's been having a good old time.
Yeah, I bet he has. I think his tweet was like 260 some odd one troop deploys, finally at like 72 cups or 52 cups or something. I look at his screenshot that he put. I'm like, oh my god, this fucking guy.
When we were recording the other night, and he's like, no, I'm gonna stay up here, I'm gonna milk it on the way down. I'm gonna milk it on the way down. And so he gets to,
you forgot to add the bra
yo brah. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna milk it on the way down. I'm going in, and and we started talking about that, and his face lit up. It was like this kid in a candy store. He's going. His face lights up, and we talk about it a little bit more, and we come back to it, and he's lighting up again, and before he leaves, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then the next morning, I get it. I think it was the next morning or the next afternoon. He's like, I'm at 121. I really got to get it down lower than here or something. And I'll leave it for him to tell the story. But I'm anxious to see what he did. There's been a couple funny attacks, and we're going to put that up. I think we're going to record his commentary on it next time we record, which will be fun. So yeah. What else is new? Any shout outs you want to? We are running at almost an hour.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, I mean, just the usual. Frank and Bride are leaders. We had a new person join the clan from the podcast, Fans in the Stand.
Awesome.
His name is Sir Batavis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was in Reign of Fire when
I
was pushing with them.
Yeah, so he joined up. He contacted me through Game Center, and I was like, well, how the hell are you sending me a message? So it took me a minute to reply back to him through Game Center. I guess you have to click on an achievement and then try to challenge someone, and you can type a little message. At least that's how I did it, at least. So
okay.
Yeah, we got him in the clan. I think Cookie Babe, he's a new guy, too. He's been around for a little bit, though. I think he was in Reign of Fire as well. Do you remember that name?
No, not... I was just there for those 4 days, though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyway, he's a newer guy. You know, our usuals, Daldado, Dojo, Skippy, of course. Him and I have been playing Titanfall on my Xbox One that I just got.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a really good game. Really
Shout out to Gamer Commandos podcast. Cluggo, who's on the podcast, is doing that. It's
cool.
gamercommandos.com.
Oh, cool.
And you'll see them on the Twitter.
Okay, definitely.
So, and
let's see. I have Ragnar. He was actually an old clanmate. I ran a clan for a little bit. I told you that a couple times, I believe. And he was one of my elders in that clan. I finally got him over, persuaded him after months and months and months. So he's there. He's been with us for a while, but I need to shout him out. He's definitely a good guy. Mower, Revgal. I mean, those are the main ones that I'm constantly talking to, and Eli Jack.
The club.
Yeah, definitely the club.
So your clan's back, reunited. Everybody's back where they were before.
Yeah. Oh, one more shout out for Graz. Forgot to include him. Yeah, so basically, again, what happens, like I said, once we do the push, when we get to the Hashins, it's all the pushers. Everybody wants to kind of come over and join and hang out, so on and so forth. What we do is we move all of our people from Court of Owls, we put them in BG, which is Bohemian Grove, and then all the people that are pushing are in Hashins. And then once we are done pushing, then everybody goes back to their respective clans. So everybody's, settled down. And just for everybody out there and the fans in the stands, if you are interested in joining our clan during the push, we don't accept any applications at that point. You can put your application in, we'll review it after, but during that time there's too much movement going on and we lose track of people come in. We do have rules that we go over, and I mean they're fairly easy, like archers are number one donations, but
some people might have heard the podcast then, and that was at the start of the push when that came out. So
yeah, we had a couple. I think we had 4 or 5 different applications, and we completely stopped. There's just too much stuff going on. People are moving around. People don't understand what's going on to begin with. It's brand new for them. Where am I supposed to be at? Am I supposed to be here? Someone said I can be here.
That's a really smart idea. Just holding off until after the chaos ensues.
Yeah, we had a couple people join during that time, and it was just, and then all the elders are like, well, who the hell is this person? And then they were, given wrong troops and all kinds of stuff. So there's just a lot of information missed during that time, and it's not preferred to get people in there at that time.
Yeah. So, well, that's good to know. And they can get the application. Where was it?
BohemianGroveClan.com/join-us.
Okay, and I will put that up again in the description on the website.
Great, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you can actually find information on your clan in the groups at the Clash of Clans podcast, I believe.
Yeah, you put up our spotlight on one of our podcasts many moons ago. So we had a spotlight on Facebook.
But wasn't in there in the members clans? On our website, I think you can see. Yeah, I think you put up just I
haven't
little
maintained
information. Yeah, I think it was just a little bit of information about the clan.
Yeah, I joined a while back when you got the site going. I haven't really visit it too much. I just usually check Twitter.
Well, yeah, and I think people can in there just see what clan you're part of, and a lot of people just put up, hey, this is a adult clan, or
yeah, definitely,
that type of thing. So
I'll have to try to get back on there and do any update that I need to do on it.
Yeah, so I guess I'll do a shout out to Shadow Tech. There's a bunch of shout outs coming as I amass the emails and other things, just because I spent a lot of time doing that new trailer.
Oh yeah. Oh, that trailer was awesome. I'm a huge Alien fan. I love Prometheus. I can't wait for Prometheus 2 to drop. Oh my God. And when you did that, I'm like, this music is amazing.
I was like, what music? As I started working on, I had a few ideas, and I started working. So the trailer is called Clash of Clans Rise.
Yeah.
Movie trailer commercial. And I did that because I didn't know what people, are going to search for, movie commercial, or so it's called Clash of Clans Rise movie commercial. And I was working on one idea, and I saw a couple things that I liked, and then I thought, well, what's an epic song? And the one trailer that really comes to mind is Prometheus.
Oh, yeah.
And so I went, and then I did that, and I cut and did a few things, and started cutting more and just doing stuff, and I think it turned out pretty fun.
I liked it. You had a lot of hate on Twitter, though, for that. Did you see those comments?
I saw like 2. I don't know. I was like, Boneyard texted me. He got pissed.
Yeah, I was pretty upset.
And I said, I go, Boneyard, don't worry about it. I said, we have haters. That's awesome. I'm like, well, because I think it's funny to me. Like, I saw the one comment. I could have done that in 20 minutes. And
yeah, exactly.
And another person just wrote gay. I'm like, okay. Thank you for the critique of that video.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't care.
Exactly. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's the whole pleasure of just doing the whole editing. I've done several different editing projects. It's just fun doing the editing itself.
Yeah.
To see something turn out that's you find fun.
I was just like, I kind of like how I'm or I like this part, and I like doing, or, and I could see how this, and it was just fun to do this project. And, I'm starting to do a couple other things now, and that I'm excited about. I learned a lot doing the process, but it was fun. I think it turned out, I think it's going to be a few part series, but I don't know yet. I know the next one will be, the one that I'm working on. If it turns out all right, it'll be a different type of thing, but there'll be a few different things with my idea so far, is what I think. So
yeah, I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I basically took the commercial, edited it differently, and turned it into a fake movie trailer for a movie called Clash of Clans Rise, and it was just fun to do. So
definitely
check it out. Shout out to Minnesota Nice, Boots Electric, everybody who did the push, Boneyard, Lady Boneyard, who couldn't be here tonight.
Was Lady B, was she pushing?
She was. I think that was part of it too. Is we had Boneyard and Lady Boneyard pushing together, grinding it out, at home and not in the good way, and I think that they were both getting so mad, when they lose a battle, that they had fed off of each other.
Oh no!
The entire weekend. That's my guess. Because you've got two people, you're saying like, oh fuck, or this is at least other people can bring you back to reality.
Yeah, right.
It's your game. No, it's not a game.
It's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, this is serious, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, get a hold of us at clashclanspodcast.com. Follow us at WBSMT Radio on Twitter. And then check out the video Clash of Clans Rise movie trailer commercial on YouTube. Clash Clans podcast channel. It's our first video. Keep it clashy, everybody.
See you.
Thanks. Hey, Korg, thanks for being here. By the way.
Absolutely.
Again.
Thank you.
So
thank you guys for pushing, man. I thought that was really good. Getting an extra clan in there, especially you guys that were, you always are so gracious to have me on the show. I really appreciate that.
It's fun
I am able to give back to you guys.
Yeah, and it's good to kind of recap and look back at it. I think it would be fun in the future to do a podcast as we went through the tournament, but it's a lot of time and
definitely
everybody's grinding and doing that stuff. So yeah, thanks for being here again. And
absolutely, thank you.
All right, see you, everybody.
See ya.
Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.